You and Quentin Tarantino had a great conversation about a lot of topics, but one of them is how to bring out the best in the actors. Like what in that El Mariachi, how do you bring out the best in these non-actors? And then maybe what's the thread that connects to your future work too?
What really helped for those non-actors was that they just look across and it's me filming. They didn't feel like they're being so natural. And like the guy who played the bad guy, I met him in the research hospital where I was sold my body to science. He was my bunkmate. And I said, dude, you look kind of like Rutger Hauer. And then it's like, we saw another movie. Man, you look like James Spader. Shit, you should be the bad guy in my movie. And it'd be cool to have you as the bad guy. He goes, but I don't speak Spanish. Well, that's okay. All right. And I'll teach you phonetically. And you're going to wear sunglasses. And if you look close, he's holding the lines here and he's looking at the lines like that and just smiling. So can't believe he's getting away with this. He's smiling and he's got the sunglasses on.
I read that somewhere in the pool. There's like a scene in the
In the
pool.
pool, he's like
Yeah.
this. Oh, no,
With the sunglasses
Yeah.
on with an
Yeah.
man.
But
It's
he
so
was doing
ghetto.
it phonetically. And I tell you what, he was so great, that guy, right?
Yeah.
When we do Desperado, I brought him back. Didn't even have to do any dialogue. Watch that movie when he shows up in the opening scene when Desperado, he's playing the guitar in the opening with the credits. To tie it into the first movie, he shows up again. And all he has to do is light a cigarette. And you see this.
Yeah.
Because he's so nervous. Because now there's a crew behind me. Now it's real. Before it was just me and him, and it didn't feel like a real movie. So everyone gave a great performance. So how do you recreate that later on a big movie? Is just building a rapport, making a safe zone for your actors. Quentin once told me, sometimes being, we're talking about directing. He goes, yeah, sometimes being a great director is just being a great audience. Being a great audience because you're taking the place of the audience for the actor. They try something, and if you're enjoying it, they know that the audience is going to enjoy it. Or if you're, makes you cry, so sometimes you don't have to tell them a lot sometimes. And if you do have something very specific to tell them, they usually, go with it. But I always just like to see what they do. And a lot of times they just are in the zone because again, they're getting that flow too. You create the right environment, everyone's getting this inspiration that's all tied together that you never could have directed. It's just like you just create that space where we're all going to be open to it and it's going to drop in our lap and I'm going to point it out when it does because you may not feel like you know how to play this role yet, but I say not knowing is the other half of the battle and the more important part. That's the part we're going to discover. And when it happens, I'm going to point it out and it's going to be like magic. And we're just going to go, okay, we're accepting it and we do it. And it gets people in that kind of headspace. And then we're all open to it, to where the character's supposed to go, what it's supposed to sound like, instead of me being very, manipulative to get a certain thing. I don't know. It's just whatever feels good.
Yeah, there's such an intimate connection between the actor and the director. I've seen some of the behind the scenes footage with you.
Mm-hmm.
You are just a fan enjoying the scene when it's done well.
Yeah.
But I think there's an aspect, if I were to put myself in the headspace of the actor, they want you as the audience like to earn that happiness,
Oh, yeah.
Because when a
You're
director
performer.
approves,
Yeah, well, you're a performer, and there's no other, it's not like a live show where you get the approval of the audience, and you're like, oh wow, they like that joke. Let me do more. Really, the director is it, and a lot of times the director's way behind a monitor somewhere. That's why I still like to operate the camera, because when I'm operating the camera, it's like this. We could have 100 people here, we wouldn't know because they go away. It's just us. They just disappear when it's the camera guy is the director. And we're going, let's do that again. Let's do that again. There's a shot in, I'm lighting sensitive myself. I have my crew setting lights and I have this great shot of Clive Owen where he's holding down Benicio's head in the toilet. Benicio's not there. It's just a close up of him at this point. And I'm practicing my shot. I'm zooming in slow in his face. And people are still walking behind him on the green screen setting lights. And I'm like, I'm rolling. We're ready to go. We're getting this. I can already tell. We're already in the moment. What you're doing right now, just keep holding that look. Now, one jolt like he's starting to fight back, but you don't even flinch. Cut. Okay. Never mind, you guys can stop moving that shit. We already got shot.
holy shit.
Yeah, it's like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that because you're so
That's a great scene, by the way.
great, right? And it was
Holy
and you
shit.
can feel it. It's like, if I wait for these guys, this moment will be gone. And then another one was Mickey Rourke. He had so much freaking dialogue. He had just done this whole big dialogue scene. He had another one that said, let's go ahead and start with a wide shot where the two actors, if I'm the camera, Mickey and Elijah are here. Let's get a 2-shot and we'll come around on Mickey close up. We'll turn Mickey around for the close up. Let's start with the wide thing, get used to the lines, and most of it's going to be sold in the close up. We sit down, Mickey starts delivering the take. I'm like, hold on a second. I brought my camera over, zoom in, just adjust that light real quick because I'm the DP. Because if I had another director of photography, they'd be like, oh, no, we have to relight and all this stuff. It's like, no, let's just do this, let's go. He's doing it right now. And I go, and that performance is just right then. And so you can feel that. when you're operating and you're the camera guy and you're the DP. It's like high tech guerrilla filmmaking. Yeah, we're on a green screen, but it's like all the crew needs are marching orders. Just put a light back there, hitting them harder. Like this is a 5K, make that a 10K. It's got to be stronger. They don't need to know that I'm going to make that a lamppost later. They just need marching orders for the moment. So I can just kind of tell people, do this, do that. And then I know what I can accomplish with the actor, and then everything else falls into place later because I'm going to put all that in later. Things, once you know how to do a lot of jobs like that, you can just move at the speed of thought, which is where the actors love being creatively, because nobody knew what green screen was back then. They're like, what is this again? So I explained it as, well, it's kind of like doing theater, but instead of a black curtain behind you with a prop, it'll be a green curtain. And you might just have a cup or just a steering wheel, but it's just you and the other actors, just like this. And everything else will be painted in later. We're just talking. We're locked in. If we stay locked in, we'll look great when there's rain coming down and we're on a ship later. but it comes down to this, right? And it was so fun to do those kind of
So
movies.
to this day, you try to be close to the action, connected with the actor that's
Because
performing.
it's like a dance. You end up
That's so good
like,
to hear.
I remember on Dusk Till Dawn, Michael Parks in the opening scene, he's talking about the two guys that are running around killing people just before he gets shot. And I just start doing this slow zoom. I remember it was take 8. Start doing this slow zoom on him. And I'm like, I hope I get all the way up to where it stops zooming when he finishes that speech, because there's no set way. And I don't know how he's going to say it, but you're just locked almost telepathically. And as he's delivered, there's no edits. He's just going, yeah, they killed 4 Rangers, 2 hostages. It's
Yeah.
just like, wow. And you're just so pulled in. I'm just like, oh my God. And then it stopped. It's like I ran out of Zoom right as he finished that speech.
So how can a director, because there's a lot of great directors that stay in the
In the bag, I know
in
it's
the
hard.
back of the battlefield.
They just trust that whatever they get from their crew, you accept it. Just like, you would get a take to them.
There's so much
But
intimacy to that
I like
connection,
that intimate connection, because I could not be behind a monitor. Even if I had communication with my cameraman, okay, now start zooming in. You're not going to know. You have to feel it. You have to be in there. It's like a dance. It's like trying to do a dance with a partner and you're across the room. It's like, no, you got to be there up close, feeling the energy. And it's the creative spirits whispering to you both. It's not your own idea. It's you're capturing a moment that's magic. And there's true magic that happens on a set. And that's what brings you back. Because I didn't direct that and they didn't act that. That came through us, and we just had the cameras rolling, and we captured a ghost. It's like
just like you said, though, you had the pen in
Yeah,
hand and you
yeah,
were
it's
there
like
and it
that.
just came
It's
through you.
crazy. It's crazy.